Flyweight standout, Jacob Silva. What's going on, man? It's good to finally get you on here. I've heard a lot of good things. How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. You know, just got my first workout done in the morning. Some light bag work. Ran about 5 miles this morning. Did some shadow boxing. Then, got my coffee right here. And, that's it, man. Now, about to pick up my daughter. Then go home, rest up, get ready for the gym tonight. Just waiting, man. It's a ticking time bomb now.
For sure. Well, you're on an incredible run right now. 6 wins, 6 finishes, 5 knockouts. Is it safe to say, or can I call you a knockout artist?
Yeah, you could probably call me a knockout artist. I mean, if you look at my amateur record, I was 9-4 as an amateur, and six of those were TKOs as well. One sub, one decision. But yeah, man. So I mean, you could say that. I mean, but I think I have maybe one knockout, but a lot of flash knockdowns, and then I probably woke them back up after I added like the ground and pound. But a lot of my finishes are pretty brutal, I could say.
For sure, man. That's what a knockout artist is. Now, you mentioned your amateur career. You did pretty decent in those ranks, and then you went pro. You were hit with back-to-back losses, man. It must have been hard at that time because that's when you just started your career. Was there a lot of doubt during that time for you?
Well, you know what? To be honest, after my last amateur fight, my main coach, he passed away. So then I was struggling trying to find a good gym that I could be part of. So I went to this other gym, and it took me like an hour just to get there every day. Like, man, it was hard. I mean, I was falling asleep at the wheel. I would get up for work, drive about an hour in traffic. Some days I would just fall asleep at the wheel driving, and then I would go train. I mean, it wasn't the best training camp. No excuses. I went in there, fought, lost to a freaking first round knee bar. If you watch the fight, Roberto De Leon or Luis De Leon, I'm not too sure what his name is. Anyways, I went in there, same thing, knocked him down, got on top, and then the kid told me, like, man, he like, you just woke me up, and I just seen your knee, and I just went for a freaking knee bar, and it just worked. I'm like, yeah. Then my second fight, I didn't have a gym. I actually went to Metro Fight Club where I'm at now, and I did a 3-week training camp at Metro, and I lost to Roberto Sanchez. He fought in the UFC also, so I lost in a decision to him. And I was his only decision loss. All of his wins came by subs also, but I mean, I had a tough road, my first 2 fights, and yeah, it did give me a lot of doubt because I've never lost 2 fights back to back, much less 3. So that third fight, I was like, man, like, I can't lose this third fight. And then my third fight, the opponent that I fought, Albert Tapia, he was like, I think 3-3, 4-3. So I mean, the guy was a pretty good guy, and I mean, luckily I went in there and I subbed him, by, I'm not gonna say by luck, but I mean, it just fell in. I don't really go for subs. I just try to knock him out.
Now, after the second pro fight, you said that in the second pro fight you had a 3-week camp with Metro. So after that, you just went full time with Metro, and that's kind of the I guess the recipe for you right now is being with them and having those training partners and those coaches backing you.
Yes, sir, pretty much. So I had some teammates who went to Metro Fight Club, but I didn't really know Coach Saul that well. So I mean, he wasn't really my taste, I guess, in coaching. And then like I said, I lost that first fight. I was searching for a gym, and then I joined Metro, and you know, since my previous teammates that was at my first gym were already there, the transition kind of made it easy, and it's funny because I was just watching that fight like 2-3 weeks ago, and I can hear everything that my coach is telling me in the background, and I'm doing nothing that he's telling me to do. Push the head away. Move. Move your head. Like I'm not doing anything he's telling me to do, and I'm like, dude, like just do it. But I mean, I didn't understand his way of training. Within those 3 weeks, but I mean, I give it to him. I lost in a decision to a freaking great black belt. And he went later on to win the um, legacy title, fought in the freaking, and he fought inside the freaking Ultimate Fighter. So I mean, that's a loss that I could take, but I did beat him as an amateur, and then he beat me when it counted as a pro. So we got to get that trilogy.
Well, you went on, and won a couple, and then you went in late 2018 and snatched up that Fury FC 125-pound belt. What was that feeling like for you? I mean, finally kind of like accomplishing one of the goals, which is always to win the title.
Yeah, man, that was pretty awesome, man. That was a pretty great too, cause even when I first signed with Fury, I told Eric, I like, so Eric, that's the owner, and I was like, man, how many fights do I got to win till you get till I can get a freaking title shot? He's like, man, I don't know, Jacob. There's a lot of tough guys out there. Here, like, let's worry about your wins. So I was just fighting guys. He'll give me somebody. I say, yeah, I fight him, and I mean, I was just winning. So then 2015, I got laid off, and then over here in freaking Houston, we had like the Hurricane Harvey, so
Yeah.
then my house got flooded, and then I was injured once, and it was just a lot of up and downs, man. Right? I would say probably more downs than ups, and I mean, it was pretty tough. It was pretty tough, but I just kept on fighting, kept on training, and then I got my fourth win, and then Eric, he offered me a title, and the fight went all 5 rounds, and I happened to finish the guy in the 24th minute, I guess, or the fifth round, the fourth minute, and I freaking knocked him out, and then I took like a whole year off because I had surgery. I had like a hernia, and I was trying to train through that. It just hurt. So I had the surgery. Then took some time off, came back, and fought within like 3 months, maybe 4 months. Right after surgery, I was when I fought that guy Christian, and finished that fight in the first round. So I think the time off probably helped me, to like try to recover my body from all the past injuries that I've had. But I mean, the road been hard. The road been hard and long, but worth it though.
Definitely. Well, that title defense earlier this year, did that performance punch your ticket to the Contender Series? Do you believe that that's the fight that they saw and said, okay, we got to get this guy on here?
I think it was a combination of that fight being finished in the first round, and then like I said, my last 5 fights being all knockouts. I have I think 3 or 4 first round finishes.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go the distance if I have to. I've been 25 minutes once. I mean, even as amateur, I've had like 3 title fights. They also went the distance. I know it's not 25 minutes, but I mean, my cardio is never a freaking issue. But yeah, I do think that that last fight probably was like, no, let's try to sign this guy as soon as possible. And I really wasn't expecting the call, only because I was out for like a whole year. I didn't expect my two teammates to get the call. You know, Leo Mano Martinez and Adrian Yanez. I didn't expect them to get the call because they've been active. They was always fighting. I fought twice in a year and a half. You know, although it was for a title, but if I didn't get the call, I was understandable. I guess on why I did it. But when I did, I was like, this is my time. It's my, it's what can I say? It's must be, I guess.
Definitely. Well, you did get the call. Now you're gonna face Jeff Molina. Give me your thoughts on him, and what have you looked him up or anything, or are you just like it doesn't matter?
I mean, it doesn't matter, but I think every fighter at least looks up the guy that's fighting just to see his style, see what he's about, his movements and stuff. I mean, he's young. He looks hungry. He looks, energetic. I mean, but to be honest, he doesn't really impress me. I think I fought tougher guys, than him. I mean, he doesn't look like he doesn't have a lot of experience. I mean, yeah, he's 7-2. Which I applaud him on that. But I mean, I'm a whole different animal. I'm not the same as these other 25ers out there. Like I take it serious. I mean, I'm a pretty playful guy. I joke around a lot and stuff. But once the cage locks, you're locked in there with me. And that's the bad part about it.
You mentioned your teammates, Yanez and Martinez. They're both fighting also on the Contender Series. So the environment, the atmosphere in the gym must be crazy because you got three guys lined up. Describe that atmosphere to me.
It's there's like it's a like comfort vibe, but it's also like a like I guess shit just got real vibe, because us three we've been fighting on legacy cards, all together. We've been fighting on Furry championship cards. We fought on the same amateur cards before. All three of us, and it's just we've been working with each other so long that now all three of us we all have this chance to work together. But we have teammates that are pretty good also, and they look up to us like, okay, if these three are here, I'm walking in their same footsteps, so I think that leadership bleeds over to like the amateurs or like the pros that are coming up also. Like, okay, they see us grinding, so they got to grind more too. It's not easy. I mean, I'm confident telling the guys like, how hard it actually is. And some guys they have work, they have jobs and other responsibilities. But I mean, I think I'm the oldest guy at the gym. To be honest, I'm 32, and so like I mean, I talk mad crap to like my teammates, but I mean it's all love, they understand that. But I'm also being real. I'm not being fake. I'm like, dude, you're fucking bullshitting. I don't know if I could cuss or not. But,
yeah, it's internet, man. It's the internet.
Yeah, so I'm constantly talking shit to them about them flacking or something, and I mean they give it back to me also. You can see I have a shiner on my eye.
Yeah.
That's from Adrian, I think. But it's all love though, man. It's all love. I mean, we all help each other. I mean, we all push each other like to the max. We our coach makes us do five rounds. Sparring, grappling. It's nonstop grind, nonstop.
Yeah, well, that's the best environment, man, where you can joke around but also put in that work together. and get that grind on, and afterwards joke around again and have fun, because you make it fun and serious at the same time, and keep everybody relaxed. And like you said, you and the other two guys there, you guys are like blazing the trail for the whole team. So, you gotta do it. You gotta be the role model, I guess. Now, going back to the fight, man, Contender Series, how do you see this fight playing out? Are we gonna see, the same old Silva performance, the last 6 fights? Are we gonna see that?
Yeah, you are. To be honest, I honestly think that's the only way that I will get this contract. I mean, you just seen last Tuesday, they had some flyweights on there. They were pretty good, and they didn't get the contract. The winner didn't get it. So, you going the distance, is not the way to go. They always say don't leave the fight, to like the judges. And I mean, they let it go to the judges, and that could have cost them the freaking contract. Yeah. So I mean, even as an amateur, my first coach told me, like, Jacob, like, if you let it go to the judges, like, you're probably gonna lose. So I took that to heart, and I mean, every fight I go into, my goal, my mindset is, if I don't finish this guy, I lost. And that's it. No matter if I do dominate the guy on the ground or stand up, because I mean, you don't know judges. You know what I mean? I mean, you don't know the way they see the fights or what. And I mean, some judges, they probably never fought their whole life, but they have your career, in their hands. So my goal is to finish every fighter that I do fight, because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, it's up to this guy to determine if I won or not, and I just don't like that fact. So my goal is to go in there, finish them, walk out with a contract. Hopefully, I can walk out with a contract.
All right, one last thing before I let you go. There's many different types of individuals in this sport and mentalities, right? And I see, like, there's the martial artist side, and then there's the prize fighter side. What mentality do you have toward the sport?
I would say I'm more I don't know if you said prize fighter or prize fighter.
Prize fighter. Prize,
bro. I would think of me more as a pride, like PRID.
Okay.
More of like a pride fighter, because I take a lot of pride in what I offer to bring to like the table. I'm not a martial artist. I started late. My first fight was when I was 21. The guy I'm fighting is 22. So I mean, I started late. I had no background in no kind of martial arts. My only background was my 4 brothers. We wrestled. Just fighting. Every day we were just fighting. That's my only background. So I wouldn't say I'm a martial artist, because I'm constantly trying to learn something different every day. But so I'm more of a prize fighter, or like a prize fighter, I guess you could say, because I mean, what I bring to the table to like the fights is fun, I guess. You could say. I mean, I've never had a boring fight. If you go watch any one of my last 22 fights, you won't see not one boring fight. It's from start to finish, balls to the wall. And I mean, I freaking love fighting, man. It's fun.
Well, man, you get to do what you love. August 25th, Contender Series, Las Vegas. Thank you, Jacob, for the time, man. Good luck on the fight. Safe travels.
Oh, man. Hey, John, I appreciate that very much, bro. Thanks for this chance. All right, I appreciate that.